Hello, hello. Final day here in Kigali, Rwanda. And today just struck me like resilience. Like I need resilience. You need resilience, like it is to accept that things are hard. For example, for me, doing this, okay, I'm here, it's amazing. And it's taken me a long years, many, many years to come here. To be able to live my dream and start to live my dream, right? Like my dream is just to again help people with the trauma, especially when it comes to networking and socializing, so you can be free, so you can be natural, because we humans, it's natural for us, right? We have this natural light, this tendency to be around people, like people makes us happy, right? But for many of us, we are trapped because of trauma, bad programming, so all those things that stops us, repressed trauma, which is basically like things that you don't even know. Like your psyche has just repressed, like just put it down into your psyche, into your subconscious without even knowing. And suppression is the other, that's another meaning. It's like suppression is that you feel you're traumatized, you know that you're traumatized, and then it just presses that consciously down. You just press it consciously down. So let's say that, so for example, with me, one repressed trauma was that I couldn't be free. I couldn't go out and socialize. I thought it's wrong. It's wrong to socialize with anyone that I want to socialize with. And that is repressed trauma, because I didn't even know. Like growing up, I thought, okay, I'm just shy. I'm just shy. That's it. And then later, I figure out that, whoa, okay, this is actually repressed trauma, because I was not aware consciously. Suppressed trauma is that later on, when I gain more awareness, I figure out that because somebody, for example, that was my uncle, he started to shout at me, right? And he gave me that trauma because he was just shouting at me in the middle of the street. And then too, I was traumatized, and then I just suppressed it. I couldn't even confront him. I just suppressed it. I just pushed it down. So that is suppressed trauma. Or for example, when I was in an accident, I just pushed it down. Yeah, I couldn't face it. I couldn't face the trauma from the accident. I just pushed it down. But yeah, resilient, right? So, like, okay, I've been through. In my case, I've been through a lot of things, right? I've been through a lot of things, and that's why, like, getting success. It's not, it's not okay. It is a work. It is. You need to put the work out there, right? And resilience is that no matter how hard it is, like I felt it yesterday, it was like super hard yesterday, like I was, I tried to give value and to different kind of people, and and they're like not really accepting it, from various of reasons. They even came late at the meeting that I had. I was like, what, okay, you're late, and then you complain. Like, okay, that's not the right type of people, and it's been a bit, how can I say, like I still work with people, but sometimes even though you have clients, you have value, you put people things out there, it's still, you can still have a hard time. You can still have a hard, you know, even for me, like right now, I'm just going through a storm. I'm going through a storm with breakups and some other things, other inner work related things that comes up, something around my business as well. So it's like, okay, it is hard, because you have been. It's like when you reflect on your life, you're like, okay, it starts to make sense. That's why reflection is so powerful. Like I started to reflect on my life. Like, okay, I've been through a lot. I've been addicted to video games, addicted to pornography, addicted to heavily addicted to masturbation. At one point, semi addicted to weed. Been around toxic people for many years, used to getting insulted almost on a daily basis, used to get my nervous system shocked on a daily basis of like, okay, it makes sense. So even reflecting on my life, like, okay, it actually makes sense that it is tough, it is hard, right? And I let go of all of that, but I'm still recording, I'm still doing the inner work. I need to do the inner work, right? So just even So you can even do the same, you can even like, okay, things are hard, things are tough. And then when you reflect on your life, okay, things have actually been much tougher, because of, for example, maybe you also had like several numerous addictions, right? So it takes time, that okay, when things are hard, it's also like that you're growing, you're growing, and maybe you have some withdrawal symptoms, like, oh man, like it's tough, because it's a new life. For example, for me, it's still quite new that I have to let go of all these things in order to help people, in order to be there for people. Because who else should do it? Who else should do this work? At the end of the day, I'm also helping myself, right? And it's still new, so subconsciously, my mind could go back to like, oh, I rather want to stroll, I rather want to watch these shows, because those are the things that I probably have some withdrawals towards, right? But I've been releasing them more and more and more. For example, like I used to scroll, you know. It's just recently I gave up on scrolling to a degree where I can be complacent, where every time I scroll now, it's just like few, like within, at least within 3 minutes, right? Most cases within just 1 minute. Then I realize, okay, what is it that I'm doing? Because I'm only allowed to scroll maximum 10 minutes, like one time, and then 10 minutes. That is the max, right? And I can always, and people are like, okay, but you can always do something else. Like, hey, it's all right, you're scrolling. Yeah, okay, it's fine, right? We're human beings, right? But you can always use that time on something else. You can do breath work. You can, for example, for me, I can go out here, look at this beautiful nature. Look at how beautiful this is. I can just go out and then look at this, look at these beautiful mountains, these houses in the mountains. Look at this, how beautiful it is. I really like this one. Let me just put it in here. Like I really like this intersection. It's amazing. So yeah, I can you know just see what's up, and it's all right. It's also a hobby. I can watch. For example, one of my hobbies is just to watch the scores in football, follow football a little bit. It's okay. But deliberately just start scrolling, binge watching YouTube videos, or go on Instagram explore page and just watch that, or shorts. No, pranks. No. Right? There's so many other ways where you can relax your brain. I can, for example, yesterday I had this work session, and then I just, in a work session, and then I just released. I just looked, released, amazing. And then one break could also be that I called my mom, but that is also inner work, right? But then it felt like a break as well, you know. Or even I can do videos, because right now I had like a very interesting coaching session, shadow work and scrolling, and then I'm like, oh, I need to send this guy some material, but let me just take a break. So I start to reflect on my life, philosophizing on my life, and making this video around resilience, like and not be too hard on yourself, and talk about scrolling, talk about breaks. But yeah, life is beautiful. You just keep pushing, keep going, do some body scans, don't be too hard on yourself, and think about how far is it that you have reached. So every time things are a bit rough, things are a bit hard, like it is right now, I think about, okay, how far have I even reached? How far have I reached to be here? To be able to do what I love. There's so many challenges. There's so many challenges. It's crazy, but I'm gonna survive. I'm gonna go through this. It is gonna happen. I am gonna master this. I'm gonna go through this, and I'm gonna push. I feel like a Joe Part, that I met, that I actually saw in this country in Maasai, in the Maasai safari. That was so beautiful that I wasn't Messiah in this. It's a crazy story actually, but I'm going to cut into the bone. I wasn't Messiah on this jeep, and I saw this. At one point, we saw this amazingly beautiful creature, this predator, the geopard. It's like so magnificent. It's like one of the best memories in my life. One of the best visions that I ever saw in my life. It's like when I saw it, because it's so free. It's not caged. I'm like, wow, this is another archetype actually. The geopard, the predator, the predator archetype, like this elegant beast that's just ready, just not. It's very calculated. It goes for what it wants, and there's no distraction. Nothing can distract it. It is, and it's so elegant. It just goes there, almost like the warrior archetype. But yeah, but it's a predator. It goes for what it wants. Like, doom. It's crazy. It's super super crazy, right? But yeah. So yeah, keep going, keep pushing, be resilient, be tenacious. Because in my case, I'm like, okay, who should else do it? You saw a podcast the other day with this amazing guy called Jordan Thornton. Really good guy, crazy guy, inspired me a lot. I saw his latest live stream. That's only like less than 1,000, right? But it's a really really good live stream. And then he said, this guy said that he just came back to do more videos and be more active because he needed some self-reflection work. And then he said he want to do 3 live streams per week, 2 or 3 live streams per week, still do the coaching. And then there was one guy who was like, wow, and he even, just John Thornton, he even said that he wanted to do this for the next 10 years at least. And then there was one guy who was like, why? He was like, wow, how do you have time or something like that? How do you put up with all that, right? Like, there's another guy asking about, are you proud of doing this? And then Jordan Thornton said like, one thing that really impacted me, that really was blasted into my skull, and that was, who else should do it? That was like, that was amazing. That was crazy, crazy amazing. Because who else should do it? Because I see people, they're struggling. They come to me, they're struggling a lot, and they don't know how to deal with, the things that they're going through. They're struggling, they're struggling, they're struggling, and then I know, they have pornography issues, they have masturbation issues, they are lonely, they feel bad, they have a lot of anxiety, they don't feel good about themselves, they don't have any purpose, they don't have any missions in life, they don't know how to talk to another human being, they don't know how to just be, they don't know how to do shadow work, they don't know how to, release. So I'm like, there's so many of those people, and there's so many people who think that they're happy. You know, how many people is it that doesn't even have moments for themselves where they can reflect on their life, where they can even do a small reflection on their life? How many people are there, right? There are probably many, right? And how many people are just adhering and listening to their programming without even being aware that it's a program that they're just listening to, right? It's so ingrained into these people that aren't even aware, right? Because now I talk with like a lot, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people who are struggling, So who else should do it? Who else should do this work? You know. So he's right. Jordan Thornton is absolutely right. Like who else should do this work? Like he has the opportunity, he love it, and the same with me. I love to do this work. There's nothing more than I love in the world to do this. It's amazing, it's beautiful, and it's so giving. So when I coach somebody and help somebody, advise somebody, I just get it back tenfold, right? In all kind of domains. It's just like, wow, this is it. This is what I want to do. Help people, help all these people, right? Because I just imagine that the pain body that I had with all these addictions, all these adversities where I haven't really taken any kind of action. Imagine that I was like God, I would say God didn't lead me to these beautiful angels, these beautiful beings. Imagine if I didn't if I didn't wake up, where would I be in my life? I don't know. Sometimes I ask myself these questions, right? And gratitude just fills in, love just fills in. But imagine if I just continue to just masturbate, watching pornography, abusing it, abusing video games, you know, having a shitty job that I also had, where I also were not treating myself the best, right? I don't know. It's scary. It's super, super scary. Not being able to say no to females, not being able to have a benchmark, like a standard when it comes to people that I want to hang out with. Wow, it's scary. It's super, super scary. I'll probably be married right now, have a kid, and not be happy in that marriage, but just suppress it. Every time I was the unhappiness, like the sadness came up in this marriage, I suppress it. Have a job that I will just be okay. I'm okay, I'm complacent, just manipulate myself, yeah, because that is what I did with my first corporate job. Just manipulated. I just manipulated myself to be happy. It would be dark, like being around people that I wouldn't even be inspired by. It's scary. I'm so happy that I'm here. Can make much less, but I have freedom. I can choose my life, and my inner world is just so much better. And I'm on this quest to constantly, you know, better myself. Every single day I'm just bettering myself, especially right now. Like in these 2026, 2025 was crazy. 2026 is like another level. Just bettering myself more and more and more and more and more. So resilience is crazy because it's thanks to resilience. You wake up the same vigor, same virality, but especially vigor, right? The same vigor, same strength, tenacity, and you just keep going. You keep going. The other day, 2 days ago, I ended a long, long coaching program with one of my. He's my brother now. He's a really, really good friend now. He's a good guy, and it was sad to let go of him. I was like, because if somebody, it was my best client. I worked with him for 2 years, and now he's in a superstar level. He's at a level like he's crazy around shadow work. He's crazy. He's so brilliant when it comes to shadow work, meditation, even breath work. Like he's doing all the other things as well, just bettering his life. Like it's an adventure now to hear about this guy's life and how he has developed from being blocked, run by his shadows, like run by his trauma, to now just really face on. Really, every time there's something coming up, he just notes it down. Unless he has time, he can just do it. Or he just note all the things down, and then he just at the end of the day, he just do like ton of shadow work, ton of inner work, and then you just get more and more releases, getting more and more happy. And one crazy thing with this guy is also like that when we did the shadow work, I also wanted, how can I say it? How can I put it, right? Like in the beginning, when we did the shadow work, I also wanted to tell him like, hey, also consider about, doing the outer activities, right? And now like health, all those kind of things. But I'm like, but there's so much inner work that we needed to do that we focus on the inner work. I focused on the inner work with him, and then later to now, after 1.5, almost 2 years, he tells me that now he's also focusing on his diet, and he's cooking at home, which is amazing, because again, like that was one of the things that he lacked, because he always he always ate outside when I met him, and we focused on the inner work. I didn't tell him like, hey, cook your food as well, but now he just completely surprised me again, because he said he started to cook at home, thinking about what he eats, and he's going to the gym. I'm so proud of this guy. I'm so proud of this man. He is amazing. And then he said to me, like, he said it many times to me, that I changed his life 100%. I changed his life. I basically saved him. Okay, I tried to be humble, like, yeah, okay, yeah, I helped you. I was your advisor, but you are the one. Like, it is also thanks to you. You are the one who made it happen. But then when he said that, and together with just Jonathan Thornton's stream, I'm like, okay, it just fired something up within me. Like, I love this, man. I love this work. I wanna continue doing it no matter what, at any cost. I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna do this no matter what. Continue, continue, continue. And I feel like this due part, like, just elegant and predator. This beautiful, nice predator, just ready to help, ready to just help, ready to. It's like I've never ever been in my life. I've never ever been so exciting to have the next meeting, the next couple of meetings. I never, like, for real. I've never ever been this happy to have the next meeting, you know. And I hope it's you. I hope that is you. That I'm gonna have a meeting with you, and we can dive into this together. Dive into the underworld and release all the trauma that stops you from having this prosperous and virtuous, amazing life where you can connect with people. Just imagine your life. Imagine all the opportunities that you will have in your life. Crazy, right? I hope to hear from you. I love you, and all the blessings from my heart, and God bless you.